Hey guys, what is up? It is me, Pagey here, once again with another video on The Flash Season 5. And this is going to be my trailer breakdown for episode 11 for this season, otherwise entitled Seeing Red. But of course, before we get into anything else, let's actually watch that trailer.
Cicada's back and he's on a killing spree.
We need to get all those metas to a safe house before Cicada finds them.
These guys are bad news. You sure they're worth saving?
No! He wants to kill us? I say we kill him first.
The Flash, all new this Tuesday at 8/7 Central on the CW.
So last episode was, let's be honest, average episode of The Flash, probably tied for maybe the most disappointing, or at least, meh episode of the season. Even though I thought it was still okay, it was just really a big setup episode for stuff going forward with Nora, Eobard Thawne, and even some stuff with like Caitlin and Cisco, Young Rogues, and stuff like that. So a big setup episode, but an episode that really shouldn't be the mid-season premiere. So maybe The Flash dropped the ball a bit there, but I don't think it was necessarily a bad episode, just an odd episode for its placement. But the episode obviously ended with, Nora and Reverse Flash talking. We see there's like a countdown clock, and I don't know necessarily if we're going to see any of that in this episode. There might be like an end credit scene or something like that, but I think they might be saving anything to do with Reverse Flash and that clock until maybe episode 12, but maybe let's hope that we get some of that maybe towards the end of this episode. But speaking of this episode, let's actually go over the synopsis or the description for this episode, which gives us a better idea as to what's going on in this episode and just gives us some context as well to certain scenes in this trailer. But of course, let me know in the comments section down below what you're looking forward to most in this episode. Are you excited to watch this episode? And just let me know why, I guess, in the comments. And of course, if you're excited for this episode and just going to enjoy the video, be sure to drop a like in the video to show your support. During a battle with Cicada, Nora is severely injured. Due to Cicada's dampening powers, Nora's speed healing isn't working, leaving Barry and Iris scared for their daughter's future. Upset about his injured child, the Flash is filled with rage and confronts Cicada in a brutal battle. Meanwhile, Killer Frost keeps interfering with Caitlin's work on the cure. But anyway, let's kick off the breakdown for this trailer, and we start off by hearing Nora talk about Cicada being back in a bit of black. He has a new suit in this episode, you might notice that. And he just isn't back to like stare viciously at people and breathe heavily. He is here to kill, he is here to murder, and he is here and he's back on a metahuman killing spree. So we do see Barry and Nora at a crime scene with like the dead body covered because, well, let's be respectful here, people. Now, in the next shot, we do actually see Cicada killing a metahuman. Now, this lady here with the braids and the red, like, velvety or fluffy jacket and the red pants. Jeez, she loves her red. I wonder what her metahuman name is. Maybe Lady in Red, maybe? I would sing that song right here and right now, but I don't want to embarrass myself more than I already do on this channel, so let's move on. But with the Lady in Red and her getting killed by Cicada, it doesn't look like it's in the same exact area as the body that Barry and Nora are over right at the beginning of the trailer. There are like pieces of block around that body, and when we see Cicada kill the Lady in Red, she is just using like a wooden plank as a weapon. A bit of an amateur move there, let's be honest. And she doesn't seem to fall in the same area where Barry and Nora, are over the body. However, it is a possibility that Cicada kills maybe two metas here. The one Barry and Nora are hanging over, and then the Lady in Red. But I think the Lady in Red incident connects to a bigger part of the episode, which we will eventually get to in this video. But the main plot of the episode will revolve around saving and sheltering the at-risk metahumans in Central City from Cicada, which will involve some not-so-good metahumans as well. So it will be interesting to see their interactions with Barry and the other heroes of Team Flash, mainly Killer Frost and Elongated Man. So they are off to a safe house, which from this shot here appears to be like an underground pub or bar or like gym or something. There is a boxing ring, but at least in Australia and some pubs and stuff, they have boxing rings if they host like boxing fights and different fights weekly. Also, this is some like shady establishment, so they could have like illegal fights going on every night here. Royal Rumble, eat your heart out, this is metahuman mayhem. Now, in regards to the metahumans that Barry and Team Flash will be helping out, we do actually have some returning faces, or familiar faces. One of the more obvious ones, as he does have a line or two in the trailer, is that of Norvok, who was like the right-hand man and assistant of Aminette Black last season. It will be interesting to see if she does get a name drop or two in this episode or not. And the other familiar face I'm pretty sure is that of Peekaboo, who I'm pretty sure we can see right here briefly, and I think also right here. I think the last time we saw her was episode 1 last season in season 4. I might be wrong, but I just remember Wally and Vibe catching her as like the opening scene for season 4, and I can't remember if she returned after that or if this is her first appearance since then. If I'm right, let me know. If I'm wrong, let me know as well. There is this lady here in a red jacket as well, so the ladies are really loving red in this episode. Anyway, we have this lady here, and she has like cat eyes. Now, I did see some people going on about how in Argus, in I think it was season 3, there was a door in Argus that said cheetah, and people think that this character here is Cheetah, as in the Wonder Woman villain and the character that's going to be in Wonder Woman 1984. Now, I really doubt that is the case and that this lady here is actually Cheetah. If anything, she is just a meta who maybe has like cat-like abilities or something like that, or maybe she can see in the dark. Bit of a lame power, but still a power. I don't really have a good idea as to who this could be. The Flash has gotten to the point now where it is hard to pick out metas because they are just giving like random comic book characters and titles to random metas and villains and stuff like that. Just like Silver Ghost from episode 10. Like, she has nothing to do with her comic book counterpart, but still given the name Silver Ghost. But if you do have any ideas as to who this lady could possibly be, let me know in the comments, or if you're not 100% sure, give me your best guess. And the big part of the trailer and the event that is really going to push Barry in this episode is, of course, when we see Sherlock flossing in Star Labs. Unfortunately, that part happened so quickly in the trailer, went by in a flash. I actually wasn't able to grab a screenshot of it, so I really can't talk about it. So I guess we'll have to move on to the next most important thing in the trailer that will push Barry, and that is, of course, when Nora is poleaxed in the back by Cicada's fist. Okay, out of context, that sounds bad. But anyway, she is lifted in the air and... okay, well, I really hope no one is listening to this out loud. I might be getting, you might be getting some weird looks. Anyway, Nora, let's just keep it PG. Nora is severely injured due to Cicada. That's pretty clean, isn't it? We did see in another trailer that Nora was in like a neck brace and she said she couldn't move her legs. So it does seem that Nora will be in the same predicament that Barry was back in season 2 when Zoom broke his back. Now in season 2, Barry was injected with nanites, or like solution that slowed him down or whatever it was, which made Zoom breaking his back even worse. This time around... even the synopsis says it, Cicada basically dampens Nora's power, whether it means the dagger draws her powers out or maybe she's like stabbed with the dagger in some way. We know that Cicada punches her in the back. There's no stabbing there. I can even show you a shot where it's clearly a punch that breaks her back. However, she might have her like arm cut or her leg cut or something like that with the dagger, and that's how her power is affected. There's always been a debate this season whether Nora should be affected by the dagger. In episode 8, it looked like she was affected, but she could have just been blasted back. There was no real clear evidence she had been dampened by the dagger, but it seems like this episode is going to confirm that the dagger does affect Nora, even though technically she didn't get her powers from dark matter. She's got it through like a biological reason because it's been handed down from her father. I don't know. Maybe we might get like a full-on explanation in this episode about that. Now, the title of the episode is Seeing Red, which is obviously about Barry and how he is going to go on like a full-on rage mode against Cicada due to what he did to his daughter. Now, Seeing Red is also an Arrow episode title, and it was the episode back in season 2 towards the end when Roy Harper goes full-on, well, rage mode as well, when like the Mirakuru takes control of him, and I think he like kills a cop and is basically, I think he almost kills Sarah, as in like Sarah Lance. Now, will Barry be as hectic as Roy was in that episode? Probably not, but this will be like a very grumpy and angry Flash and a vengeful Flash, and he's not going to be very happy with Cicada, even though I don't know why he would be happy with Cicada in the first place. Anyway, in regards to Flash and Cicada, they're going to have at least 1 or 2 battles in this episode, so who's going to win? I'd like to think in the middle of the episode they might come face to face and Cicada beats him, but I would like to think towards the end maybe... not necessarily like Cicada's been, down for the count and they can put him in a metahuman cell or something like that. But I hope that Barry gets some sort of upper hand towards the end of the episode, which Team Flash can use to eventually take him down. Because Cicada, with these metahuman killing sprees, every single metahuman he kills would be making him stronger. So that's one thing that they need to be not only like saving lives, but it's making him stronger. So there's like, there's 2 things that they really need to try and stop that Cicada is doing this episode. So it's going to be interesting to see what his power level gets to in this episode. Now, I did see some people going on about, oh, this is going to be his last episode because him and Barry are fighting. I'm like, well, probably not, because episode 12, we know that his niece is going to be a focus in the episode. So it'd be weird if he was killed off, but they still keep his niece in the story. So it seems like maybe something will happen in this episode that keeps him away in episode 12, or maybe he might like have a small part in episode 12, and then maybe episode 13, 14 and stuff really focus on maybe a takedown of Cicada. But who knows what they're doing with that character in this back half. But thanks for watching, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, it'd be awesome if you could drop a like on the video to show support. Let me know in the comments section down below your various opinions on this trailer. What are you looking forward to the most? What concerns you a bit? And just give me your overall thoughts and opinions on what we went over. And of course, if you are new to the channel, make sure to subscribe. I'll catch you later, guys. Goodbye.